Okay, so for the second half of the presentation, I decided to re-record just showing the screen so that you can follow along, and this way we can hide some of the personal details of the volunteers that we had, and we can also not worry about the background noise. So you might have seen this in the last video, but it was on the screen behind me, and so I wanted to show you on this main screen what the current pricing is for the plan. If you're interested, you might want to start out with the basic because it's free, and there is also a lifetime membership offer, but you don't get that until you have signed up for the free trial, and then you can go into your account options to see the lifetime membership. At least as of the time when I got the lifetime membership, that's how you found it. So it's not going to be on this main page here. So you may want to consider using the premium plan. So with the free version of the plan, if you want to track your net worth updates, you're not going to be able to see your progress over time. And when you go into the plan, you can see your full plan details here, but up at the top, the cash flow tab, which I find very useful, is not available. You cannot do the tax analytics explorer. You can see your chance of success, but even this is limited. You're not able to see the full breakdown of each year and how it went. You're not able to do the compare tab. You're not able to use any of the optimize things. You're not able to see full reports. You're not able to go into the estate mode. So it's quite a lot more limited now than what it used to be for the free version. So we'll start here on the home page for Projection Lab for my basic plan, Barista FI. I've called it Barista No Income Next 18 Months because when we started this plan, we were assuming for the next year and a half, Mindy working as a travel agent really wouldn't get any income. And then we started her out with the income on January 2027 at $15,000, and then hopefully doubling the next year in 2028 at $30,000, and then keeping up with inflation from there. And I've removed my income from this, so we only have this one source of income going forward, and she'll do that from January 2027 through when we hit Fat Fire. Now, all of these little circles and bubbles up here are showing different milestones. Fat Fire, which I just mentioned, is right here, and you can configure this to your own personal numbers. For me, I'm defining Fat Fire is when our net worth is equal to or greater than 30 times our annual expenses. If and when we reach that point, which right now it's predicting that we will reach that when I turn 60 in 2041. Then the following year, we plan on no longer working as a travel agent and doubling our travel budget. So once we are no longer working as a travel agent, many of our annual expenses will end. So you can see that here. So you can also see from here that I've defined financial independence as 25 times our annual expenses. So this would be traditional FI. It's predicting that we will reach that when I'm 56 in 2037. So I log into Projection Lab every month on the first of the month when I do my net worth updates. Whenever you log in, if it's been a period of time since the last time you updated your numbers, then you're going to want to go over here to the left and click on where it says current finances, and you're going to want to go through all of your accounts, starting with your savings, then investments, real estate, any debts. You're going to want to make sure that all the numbers here are up to date. You can log into your account on your phone or on your computer, and once you get your current balance here, you'll plug that in. These will not update for you automatically. But as you plug those in along the way, it's going to keep track of your progress with your net worth for you here, or you can select on just your assets or just your liabilities. And this shows the last 10 years, your gain or change with that. I can put this down to just showing the last 5 years or all time. You can also go down to 1 year, 3 month, and 1 month. Down here it shows the actual numbers that you were putting in each time you did the update, and it keeps track of the dates for you. You can go back in and edit or add additional information if you have it later. So once you've updated all of your current finances, you're going to come back over here on the left side and click on your plan, and then all of your current finances should be up to date under your accounts. If your income or expenses have changed since the last time you logged in, you want to go in and update those. You always want to go through your expenses and see if anything needs to be added or taken away as your life changes. One of the things I love about Projection Lab is that you can activate and deactivate all of the various things quickly so that you can look and see how that would change your plan. So for example, this emergency savings, I've got us spending next year $25,000. I can pull that up and click on this little thing here that looks like an eye and hit deactivate. So it immediately changes where it's going to predict that we hit different milestones, and that's going to immediately impact your chance of success and your cash flow. But it still shows down here, it's kind of grayed out, emergency savings. So then you can come back and reactivate it and see how that adjusts your plan. Once you have all of your income and expenses up to date and your accounts are all up to date from your current finance tab, then you might want to go into the chance of success and run the chance of success and see where that puts you at now. It's running, I've got it set to run 2,000 simulations, so it comes back here at about 80% chance of success. You're going to want to click on this customize little gear icon and look at the different ways that you could run the simulations. Sometimes it's good to use historical returns, but go in and play with all of the different ways that you can set this up with stock growth, stock dividend, inflation. Use it both ways and see if there's a way that you can get it to fail. For example, instead of historical S&P growth, I'm going to change that to just 5% return over the next bunch of years. So that's going to affect the success rate. We'll put it at 3% return, and let's see how that affects the rate of return or the success rate. As you can see, that drastically reduced the success rate because we're looking at a much lower rate of return than average. I'll put this back to historical. But you also want to look at the methodology. I would recommend going through the different types of methodologies that it offers and running it each of these different ways to see if there's one that has a fail point with your plan. After you've played around a little bit in the chance of success tab, you're going to want to check out cash flow. This tab here is really what convinced me that I was on the right plan, that our planning was more accurate rather than just looking at the chance of success. I like to see the cash flow tab. This is not available in the free version, so this might be a reason to upgrade to the paid version, at least before you decide to fully retire. So you can look in and see every year where the money is coming from and where it's going to. And you can scroll through the years. This is next year when Mindy starts making money as a travel agent. So it shows us pulling out $68,000 from the taxable bridge account that we set up and spending $16,000 in cash. That will cover all of our expected expenses next year. The following year, as you can see, the expenses go down in 2028. We don't have the expected $25,000 emergency spend, and we also have Mindy making about $30,000 that year. And then so we only need to pull out $43,000 from the taxable brokerage account. And then you can see where we're converting our IRAs and 401ks into our Roth accounts. And if you continue to scroll, it shows where we start to pull out the money from our taxable bridge account. So during the presentation, we got a volunteer from our audience to go through and use their numbers so we can put in like a walkthrough for Projection Lab. So we'll select normal walkthrough here, and we'll start as an individual, and we need to update the age here. So we're going to select born in 93, and we'll select September of 93 and save that. And let's name this here volunteer. And we are looking at the United States, but we're in Florida, and Projection Lab will go ahead and help you with predicting what the taxes will be for states as well as some local jurisdictions. We'll save everything in US dollars. So we will select, we have some savings, we have some investments, we have some real assets. We don't have any debt, so we won't select that, and it won't make us put anything on that screen. So in savings, we have 50,000, and we will hit continue. We're going to say that right now that's all the savings that we have. We do have investments. We have a 401k, which is under retirement accounts. You need to select that and select, this was a regular 401k in this example, with a balance of $270,000. Let's see, we do have a house with a purchase price of $265,000. The current value is around $400,000, and this is not fully owned. This house is financed with a mortgage. So the current loan balance is $230,000, and the estimated APR is 3%. The estimated monthly payments for that was $1,800, and so it goes ahead and calculates the estimated payoff years as 13 years with this setup. So we're going to hit confirm. Then what we're going to do is add a new plan. So plan, volunteer, or create plan, continue. So we're going to define retirement as when we reach 25x our annual expenses. So let's see, add another milestone, and let's add the financial independence right here, net worth at 25x or greater. So here we need to add financial independence for when we retire. Life expectancy, we'll put 85. Now we need to add income, and we're on a salary. We had $270,000 yearly, and that's going to start before the current year and end at retirement, and we'll have it matching inflation over time. Although if you do have a job where you expect to be able to increase your income more than inflation, you can go in and adjust that here. We'll add the income in. We also have, in this situation, rental properties, but with the free version, you won't be able to enter rental properties, so we just disregarded that and ignored that for the demonstration purposes. So now we're going to say save anything left over, and we're going to add a flow. So let's put in the 401k, and we'll say we're going to fund that with income, and we're going to fund it, let's say 50% of our income, and it's populating a warning that 50% of your income looks surprisingly high, but that's how you can reach financial independence early. Yearly contribution to the US limit. So we're going to add that, and we're going to have it invest. Then save anything left over. We'll add one more flow. We'll put into it, go back to the investments. We're going to add another investment. We had a Roth IRA, and that had a current balance of $100,000. And we're going to estimate, in this case, that we've contributed $50,000 of the $100,000. So we're going to now add in that additional investment into the Roth. We're going to maximize the contribution, fund with income, and we're going to have this end at retirement. It's asking if we want to have an emergency fund. We're going to skip that for now. We need to add in our expenses. So for this example, we're just putting in that our expenses are $40,000 per year. So this generates a plan here. You can see that over the next several years, it has a steep incline as we're able to save the majority of our salary and put that towards investments. And it will reach a peak here in 2033. And the volunteer would have been 40 years old at this time. So then they can retire and go forward, and it shows that it pretty much balances out or levels out with the net worth growth here over time. We're able to continue keeping about the same net worth as we're withdrawing from it, even with inflation and everything taken into account here. Let's go ahead and run the chance of success. Let's see, before we run it, in this case, I'm going to change this methodology to, we're going to do historical block bootstrap, and you can click on it if you want to read more information, but this is a more robust of the ones. And let's put it, instead of 250 trials, let's put that up at 2,000 trials. This gives us a chance of success of over 74%. So that's something that you should feel comfortable with if you're looking at numbers like this. Okay, so to finish this up, what is my recommendation? Well, for Projection Lab, if you're more than 5 years away from retirement, then it might help you still to try out the free version and kind of plug in your numbers to kind of see whether or not you're on track or if you need to make some adjustments. Now, if you're within 5 years of retirement and you want another look at your numbers, then I would highly recommend using the paid for version of Projection Lab. For me personally, I think the lifetime membership is definitely worth it. So if you're not using Projection Lab, you got to think about if you're interested in using a financial advisor or if you trust another software. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you could always just trust your own numbers using a spreadsheet, but that leaves so many variables up to chance, and with Projection Lab they're going to keep certain things up to date, such as the taxes in your state. So until next time, let's continue to drive towards financial freedom.